Well, hello my friends. How are you all doing? I'm doing okay. I'm still surviving. Alright, it is July 26th of 2020. This video is about my top 25 favorite heavy metal album covers. Okay, so I've been collecting albums for many years, and I'm definitely a big fan of album artwork and album covers. I definitely consider it to be an integral part of the music, and so I was looking through my albums the other day and I picked out 25 albums that I really enjoy the covers of. Okay, so I'm gonna go through these albums right now. All right, this is in no particular order, so let's get right into it. Okay, so first of all, we got the Black Sabbath self-titled album from 1970. Very iconic album cover. Really enjoyed this one. Really interesting, very creepy looking. All right, so that's Black Sabbath with their self-titled album. This is Spiritus Mortis, The Year Is One. This was released in 2016. Definitely like the album cover a lot in this one. It's got that nice blue. Very interesting looking. There's some sort of wreckage going on here. Very unique. All right, so that is The Year Is One by Spiritus Mortis. All right. A legendary doom metal album. This is Trouble with Psalm 9. This was released in 1984. Very interesting, this album. Nice painted cover here. Very interesting looking. Definitely a very iconic album cover. Alright, that's Psalm 9 by Trouble. Alright, another classic black metal album right here. This is Bursum with the Philosophem. This was released in 1996. Very interesting looking cover. Nice painted cover. Alright, so that is Philosophem by Bursum. Alright, I've always loved this album cover since I was a teenager. This is Morning Rise by Opeth. This was released in 1996. Definitely like this one a lot. I like the black and white. I like, the scenery. It looks really good. With the bridge and the forest and all that stuff. The reflection on the water. Very interesting. I always loved this album cover. Definitely one of my favorites. Alright, so that is Morning Rise by Opeth. A classic Floridian death metal band. This is Morbid Angel with Blessed Are the Sick. This was released in 1991. Nice painted cover here. Very occult looking. Kind of evil looking. But it's nice how they have those bright colors with the pink. Very interesting looking. Not your conventional death metal album cover, that's for sure. Very interesting looking. Alright, that's Blessed Are the Sick by Morbid Angel. One of my absolute favorite albums, this is Heretic by Morbid Angel. This was released in 2003. Very interesting looking. You got the orange and the blue. You have these sort of spirit looking figures here. Very interesting. I always like this album cover. Very cool. Alright, so it's Heretic by Morbid Angel. Ooh, another one of my favorite bands. Absolutely love this band. This is Cradle of Filth with the Dusk in Her Embrace, released in 1996. Cradle of Filth have a lot of great album covers, but I definitely like this one the best from them. Of course, you got all the scenery, this sort of witchy looking woman here, the castle in the background. Very interesting, especially with the green as well. Really like that album cover a lot. That's Dusk in Her Embrace by Cradle of Filth. Alright. A black metal band out of Washington. This is Wolves in the Throne Room with the Black Cascade. This was released in 2009. Very interesting cover. Not entirely sure what's going on here, but very interesting looking. I always like this one. Alright, that's Black Cascade by Wolves in the Throne Room. This is a band out of Norway. This is a black metal band. I don't know exactly how to pronounce this band's name, but I believe it's pronounced Dodd. Maybe that's probably wrong. The name of the album is Krigsdager. Again, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. This was released in 2018. Very interesting album cover. I like the brown. Again, it's got that scenic look to it. It looks very grim, looks very cold looking. Definitely matches the music very well. Alright, so that's Dodd with Krigsdager. Alright. One of my favorite black metal bands. This is Cold World with Melancholy. This was released in 2008. Love that, with the scenery. It's very simple, this album cover. It's mostly just gray. You see a few trees here with a man out in the the distance there. Very cold looking, very desolate looking. Definitely matches the music very, very well. All right, that's Melancholy by Cold World. All right, this is Threnody of Triumph by Winterphyllis. This was released in 2012. Love this album. All of Winterphyllis album covers are really, really good. And their artwork is just fantastic. I definitely like this one the best though. I think this is their best album cover. It's just fantastic. I really enjoy this one a lot. Very nice scenery here with the mountains, the trees, the river. Great stuff. Okay, that's the Threnody of Triumph by Winterphyllis. Okay, next album is The Call of the Wretched Sea by Ahab. This was released in 2006. This is a funeral doom band. Ahab have some other fantastic album covers as well. I would definitely go with this one though. This would definitely be my favorite Ahab cover. Very interesting looking. Yeah, this one is really good. Alright, so that is Ahab with The Call of the Wretched Sea. Okay, one of my favorite doom bands. This is Electric Wizard with We Live. This was released in 2004. I always like this album cover. I don't know what it is exactly, but I just like the colors, and it has that really kind of psychedelic look to it. Very odd looking. Okay, so that is We Live by Electric Wizard. A very classic heavy metal album cover right here. This is Holy Diver by Dio. This was released in 1983. Gotta love this album cover. I'm sure most people appreciate this one. Very interesting. Nice painted cover. He has that religious symbolism going on. Very interesting. Okay, that's a very iconic album cover. That's Holy Diver by Dio. One of my favorite heavy metal bands. This is King Diamond with The Graveyard. This was released in 1996. I'm a big fan of cemeteries and graveyards. I like to do a lot of photography in cemeteries and graveyards, so I can definitely appreciate this one. It's got the nice purple and black as well, nice combination of colors. Very interesting looking. Okay, so that's The Graveyard by King Diamond. Black metal band out of Ukraine. This is Drruth with the Forgotten Legends. This was released in 2003. Great scenery here. Has that sort of fall look to it. You got the nice orange color going on. Very interesting stuff. That's Forgotten Legends by Drruth. All right, another album by Drruth. This is Microcosmos. Another great scenic view here. You got a lot of the sky here. You got some forest going on. Okay, so that's Microcosmos by Drruth, released in 2009. Okay. A great stoner doom band here. This is Acid King with Busey Woods. This was released in 1999. I always like this album cover. Really interesting. It's very nice. It's, you know, kind of a fun looking cover. It's not necessarily dark at all. You know, you got all the forestry going on. Very interesting. I always like this one. Okay, so that's Busey Woods by Acid King. One of my absolute favorite doom metal bands. This is Reverend Bazaar, So Long Suckers. This was released in 2007. Great album. Love this band so much. This was their last album. Reverend Bazaar had a lot of great album covers, but you know, if I had to go with one, I suppose I would go with this one. Although I like their other album covers a lot as well, but I just decided to choose this one. Very interesting looking, very odd, very abstract looking. Very interesting. Okay, so that's So Long Suckers by Reverend Bazaar. Another classic doom metal album cover right here. This is Nightfall by Candlemass. This is released in 1987. Great album cover, very interesting looking. Nice painted cover. All right, so that is Nightfall by Candlemass. All right, this is Obscura by, the name of the album is Aria of Vernal Tombs. This was released in 2015. Great album. I love this album cover so much, right? It just looks so interesting, so unique. Matches the music really well. Really like this album cover. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's just really, really nice. Okay, so that's Obscura with Aria of Vernal Tombs. I'm going to be doing a review of this album sometime in the future as well, so look out for that. Love this album. Great stuff. Okay. classic doom band right here. This is Pentagram with Day of Reckoning. This was released in 1987. Great album cover. I really enjoy this one. I'm not entirely sure what's happening here. Looks like this might be inside of a church or a castle of some sort. Looks really good. I always like this album cover. Alright, so that's Day of Reckoning by Pentagram. This is a band out of Ontario, Canada. This is Blood Ceremony. This is their first album. It's self-titled. This was released in 2008. Always like this album cover. It has you know, a strong occult look to it. Has that classic sort of esoteric look to it. Very interesting. I always liked it. Looks really good. Okay, so that's Blood Ceremony with their self-titled album. Okay, my final album here. This is a DSBM band. This is KROM with The Haunting Presence. This was released in 2007. Great scenery here. You got the black and white, the trees. Looks very grim, very cold looking, very desolate. Like that a lot. Fairly simple looking, but yeah, definitely very effective. All right, so that's KROM with The Haunting Presence. So that's my top 25 favorite heavy metal album covers. So like I said, I definitely appreciate metal album covers and album covers in general. I definitely consider it to be a big part of the listening experience and definitely an integral part of the music. So I definitely appreciate it quite a bit. So, all right, so thank you very much for watching. And you know what? Tell me what you think. Leave a comment, and there are album covers that you appreciate a lot. Mention them in the comments. I'd like to know. All right, so I just want to mention as well that I'm in the process of recording a new album right now. I'm working very, very hard on this album, and I'm hoping to have it done sometime within the next month or two. I'm spending a lot of time on it. So yeah, I'll let you know more of what's going on. I'll provide some more updates as well. All right, thank you very much for watching, my friends. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Cheers.